People, here we go. The Magnetos pause. Current time going back 24 hours. Over the last 24 hours. Here we go. 7:30, 2024 up to 7:31, 2024. Current time going back 24 hours. So let's just take a look at this. This is monitoring Earth Dome that protects us from harmful, so-called harmful solar radiation, ultraviolet light, gamma rays. This is what the dome is supposedly protecting us from. I don't need any protection from that. I am all that is natural, and all that is natural is me. So here we go right here, my people. Those that are new to my station, here you go. Earth is in the middle. The Earth is split in half. The white side is the daytime side. So the dome is right here. This is the dome that stretches from the North Pole to the South Pole. So the sun will be over here. And that sun is sending this energy that is double tapping the dome. That's double tapping the dome. This is what the sun is doing. Now, these satellites, as you can see, this satellite right here, and this satellite right here on its orbital track. That is Gold 16 and Gold 18 satellite. These satellites' main purpose is to detect solar radiation. Now we look at the nighttime side of the planet right here. Look at all of this energy on the nighttime side of the planet. There is no dome here. So this is why people think just because the sun is not penetrating or touching your skin and it burns instantaneously, this right here is causing a bigger breakdown than what you would see this over here because of the dome being there. But this right here is literally breaking you down. We are breathing this in. This is bonding with the smallest building unit of all cells, of all organisms, all living life on this planet. This what this is. And this solar radiation is I mean, we're scuba diving in this. We are deep sea diving and excessive solar radiation to the point, if you look at the dome, you can look at the dome and see where it's breaking at, how it's being pressed down and squeezed closer to the atmosphere of Earth. And as that is breaking down and that is squeezing on both ends, by the way, that is letting in immense amounts of solar radiation. This is nothing. Nobody can do anything about this. The sun is separating us and Earth is absorbing all of this. And what's going to happen is Earth has to release this. She's going to release this in the form of certain weather anomalies. She's going to also release this with the earthquakes that are now shaking on the planet. And the meteors that are so-called falling down, or space debris that is coming across the sky. I'm really confused of how space debris can actually cruise across the sky like a French toast airplane. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I will hope that the station or people that thought it's space debris, it's meteors. I mean, these meteors and space debris is going over cities, large cities, some small and some large. But yet none of these are falling on top of cars, rooftops, houses, homes, none of it. And these space debris are traveling in a horizontal manner, straight across the sky, where all of this wind is up there. So not one wind decide to blow any of that down? Okay, you keep on believing that bullshit if you want to. All right, go look at Transformers when they came down to Earth. Matter of fact, I'll show it to you soon. Here we go. We're gonna go with solar wind now to last 24 hours. So before I do that, let's go back down here. Let's go back down here to the Magnetos pulse, and let's take it down to the last 3 hours. See how it is? Last 3 hours. I gotta hit it again just to make sure. Last 3 hours, and then I go over here and I hit apply. Now I hit apply, and let's just look at the last 3 hours. This is the last 3 hours. Current last 3 hours. Right now, going backwards. Look at. Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? Is this serious? This was like a crack. Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my goodness, my people. Once again, I'm telling you, this is a glorious, magnificent time, but it's also a dangerous. And it's not to put you in fear, but this is dangerous, my people, because this is backing this species up against the wall. This species has to deal with all of the lies, manipulation, deceit, and the genocidal abuse that they have done to us in the name of their God. And to see that they was created in a way that's not conducive to the planet or the solar system, that is a serious problem for them. Their guns, their cries, their prayers, their soft voice with their manipulation, none of it is going to work. It's going to work on a few of us fools, because some of us fools are going to be, oh, let me help you out. I feel so bad for you. I feel so sorry for you. Meanwhile, they had lynching parties of your babies, hanging little small babies and abusing little small babies like it wasn't nothing, sicking dogs on them like it wasn't nothing, feeding them to crocodiles. But you, on the other hand, you have nothing to do with the sun. You ain't doing, well, you do, but you have, right now, it's not one so-called black person on this planet that is removing that dome. It is not one so-called black person on this planet that has increased or turned up the volume of that fucking sun in the sky, or the stars on the nighttime side of the planet that is emitting equal amount of energy that is coming from the daytime sun. Period. We're not doing that. In fact, we're LGBTQ, gender reveal parties, sex change parties. We want to go out to clubs. We thinking about some ass, some titties. We thinking about some phallus. Oh, we hate women. Women hate men. We all mixed up in that shit. We ain't thinking about that. We don't have nothing to do. Well, what's it directly anyway? Indirectly, we do. This is what you don't know. Indirectly, we do. But right now, directly, not at all. And look at this right here, my people. I mean, this has got so intense. Look at all of the radiation. Watch it when it just load up with radiation. Just watch how it just load. Oh, look at that. Look how it just load up with solar radiation. Let me move on up here now. Let's go. So let's check out the solar wind. The solar wind. Let's check this out. Now, again, Earth is in the middle. The white side is over, meaning the daytime side. So the sun is over here. And this is the dark time side of the planet. This red thing that's right here is the dome. But we're in a different screen or a different diagram. So therefore, this image is only monitoring solar wind. So anyway, let's go look at a solar wind. Now, this reached up over 800 kilometers per second. It reached over 800 kilometers per second, my people. 883. It looked like it went up to 883 kilometers per second. And you can pull up 800 kilometers per second equals how many miles per hour? That's well over almost 2 million miles per hour, my people. That's guaranteed almost 2 million miles an hour. And all you have to do is search up ARS, acute radiation syndrome, and you will see that is a overload of radiation at a short period of time that causes possibly cancer to death. And look at the backside of the planet. Look at the energy coming from the backside of the planet. Look at that. Arrows are turning around, reversing back into the planet. Whether it's behind the planet, up in the fucking sky, or underneath the planet. It has equal amount of energy as the sun. And this is changing every living organism. Paul. Here we go. Goes X-ray flux, my people. Less than 24 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 M-class flares. Less than 24 hours. What does ionized particles do to DNA? It can damage, to change them. It can mutate your DNA. Change you into what? Huh? Pause. Here we go. Ionizing radiation can damage DNA in cells, which can lead to cell death or harmful DNA changes, such as mutation. Ionization radiation has enough energy to remove electrons from around atoms, which can change the chemical composition.
NASA sent into space from the Arecibo telescope in Puerto Rico binary figures which constituted a graphic code presenting key factors about humans and the planet we live on. 27 years later, an identical pattern appears in a crop field right in front of a similar radio telescope. However, on closer inspection, it's seen to show that the code contains some fundamental differences. Sagan's message explained our calculation system, the dominant chemical substances within the elements that create life on Earth, about our DNA code, humans' height and quantity, and that we live on the third planet in our solar system, and lastly, a sketch of our radio telescope. The message received described the same calculation system, but that silicon is most dominant in life forms in contrast to carbon. The drawing also clearly shows a humanoid figure with large head in relation to its body. It's also explained that they have an extra string in their DNA, are approximately 4 feet tall, inhabit the third, fourth, and fifth planets in their solar system, and have a population of around 21.3 billion. Underneath, the telescope has been replaced by something more complex. 1 year earlier, a strange crop circle had appeared in the same place. Is this the same illustration as in the sender's code? Is this the correspondence radio telescope? If this is not an extremely clever and well-calculated joke conducted by humans, is it a serious response from an alien civilization? The Teal-Bolton crop formations really gave new life to the speculations of who is behind this. Is it aliens? Where do they come from? And what is their purpose of this type of communication? The following year, very nearly on the same day, a new picture appears that gives new force to the alien theory, this time in Crabwood, near the town of Winchester in Hampshire.
Now, my people, I really want you to pay attention to this because I want people to explain to me how the French toast is a war in the heaven with these crop circles being placed like this, that only the hand of God or some far advanced intelligent being that can do this in a wheat field. There is no war in the heaven. The heaven is in your fucking mind. That's why if you go in any neuroscience book, the first thing they would tell you when it comes to the brain, that you have over 100 billion neurons, the same amount of stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Moving forward, listen to this right here. Tell me how there is a war in the heavens.
Once again, we see a face, but this time there is an unmistakable resemblance to something extraterrestrial. The picture also contains a print, somewhat similar to that of a CD, with something that appears to be a coded message. This formation also has a new type of design, this time with horizontal line patterns of variable thickness, similar to that of a TV picture. The message on the disc is similar to a spiral band built up of many boxes. But data expert Paul Weige manages to decipher the message.
And I had to enlarge the disc quite substantially on the computer and run some image analysis over it to make it clear so that I could see what was a standing tuft and what was flattened. And while I was doing this, I noticed that every so often there was almost a mistake in the diagram. It was like there was a tuft, where the little square of tuft, it had done sort of half size. I thought that's a bit odd, and it seemed fairly regular. I was going round, and I sort of counted up, and it was sort of literally every sort of 8 bytes or whatever. And I thought, 8 bytes, and yeah, from computer side, it's obviously some sort of binary code. So then I did the straightforward thing. I just converted it into ASCII, which is the standard sort of computer language that you encode the alphabet in. And of course I then started to get words forming out, and I thought, I'm getting somewhere here. So I then did the whole thing for the whole lot, and got this message.
The message is in English and reads as follows.
Listen up.
Beware the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. There is good out there. We oppose deception. Conduit closing.
Now, let me rewind that again.
For the whole lot.
I want you to listen to the
And got
message
this message.
that was
The
decoded.
message is in English.
Now, understand something. Science is math and math is science. When you see binary codes, when they put these numbers in, these numbers equal to letters. So understand and understand, how is there a war in the heavens when if whoever won wouldn't allow nobody to leave this code here? There are still good out there. How is it a war in the heavens? Stop lying to me.
And reads as follows. Beware the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. There is good out there. We oppose deception. Conduit closing.
How is there a war in the heavens? That doesn't make any sense. So everybody that believe in God, Yahshua, Muhammad, the Most High, that means you actually believe and support slavery. I don't care what you say, you believe and support slavery if you believe that there is a war in the heavens. So understand and understand, heaven is in the mind and hell is at your feet. Hell is at your feet. Understand and understand that, my people. Star Seeds, they are trying to lie to you. Anybody that's kicking this Most High crap, believe that they should have been enslaved. Abundance and gratitude to all.